guys, welcome to the channel today. Today we are going to cover the Subaru Yakima fork mounted bike racks that I have on the Crosstrek, as well as the crossbars, how they operate, maybe even go over how to install them, and then later on in the video I'm going to show you a good place online where you can order them if you're looking to order them. So as always, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit like if you enjoy. Any questions, leave them below, and I'm very good about getting back. So thanks for watching, guys. Let's get started. I also wanted to mention, if you haven't noticed, my face is extremely swollen right here. I don't know if you can see that, but I had a root canal redone yesterday, so I look like a chipmunk today, at least on one side. So I apologize for that, but you won't have to look at me very much today. So let's get started, guys. So first we're gonna take the bike rack off. I'm going to show you how to do that. So you open up the clamp and there's a red dial inside there. You're going to unscrew that, pull the bolt and the mechanism off. You're going to slide this part back. Now we're going to unloosen this screw or cap, whatever you want to call it, and you do not have to undo it all the way. You just want to loosen it enough so that there's enough length on that bolt that the T part of the bolt will actually slip out of the notch so that the clamp part can open up, and you'll see it as soon as the clamp open up here. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's a little bit fiddly, but it's better than taking that cap all the way off. You see how that T part can rotate, and that's what causes it to lock. So here's a little close-up of that notch I was telling you about. So you can see how that cross section is where that thing locks in there. So it goes in one way, you rotate it 90, and then it allows you to tighten it down. Now we're on to the back part here. Same thing, undo the screw just enough so that the bolt can turn 90 degrees and slip out of that clamp. And again, it's kind of fiddly. You got to mess around with it, but it's better than unscrewing that thing all the way off. That's a very long bolt. So you can see, there you go, the clamp drops down and you just pull it right off. And the whole bike rack will come right away from the roof rack. When you get your crossbars, you'll get this star tool. Obviously it either loosens or tightens these little bolts, and those crossbars act as clamps. You can slide them back and forth on the roof rails. But the key is, the first time you install them, you just want to make sure that this rear rack is not too far back, because if it is, that sets the end of the bike rack too far back, and then you wouldn't be able to open the hatch all the way. So where I have it right now, you can see that I have plenty of space and my hatch opens. But if you have that crossbar back too far, you will not be able to open your hatch all the way, because that pushes the bike rack back. And this is just me demonstrating that. If it was back further, it would hit. So let's reinstall the bike rack so you can get an idea of how to do that. You can see this part slides. So the bike rack is positioned back where you want it. You're going to slide that bolt into the clamp on the bottom, fiddle around with it till you can get it to actually rotate. I had to loosen mine up a little bit more. Once it fits in that notch, when you rotate it 90 degrees, it'll fit in the notch. Tighten it all the way down. Again, you want it to be very snug, so keep tightening until it's very, very tight on the crossbar. Then we're going to go back up to the front here. So again, it's however thick your crossbar is, that's either the space there that you want to choose. I had it in the middle. And then same thing here, you want to get it in there, rotate it 90 degrees so it locks into that notch, and then tighten it all the way down. And once you have it tightened all the way down, then you're going to slide the clamp forward, put your bolt and your mechanism back on. So you're going to use the red knob and you're going to adjust it until you have the correct distance on each side that your fork will fit into. And the first time you do this, you're actually going to have to mess around with it a little bit. Get your bike up there and loosen and tighten it so that it fits correctly. And I'll show you here in just a second with my bike the correct width and also the correct tightness of that clamp. Alright, we're going to put the bike on here. So you open the clamp, making sure that it has enough space for your forks to fit in there. Undo this zip tie type clamp in the back. When I put my bike up, I set my rear tire on first, then make sure your forks are inside and both on the metal. I like to hold the fork as well until I get everything locked up. And the first time you put it up there, you can see mine's a little bit loose there, and you see how easily that closed. You don't want it to close that easy, so you're going to have to keep playing around with this red mechanism there to tighten it and loosen it. And so you can see there it's nice and tight on the forks. When you close it, you want a little bit of resistance, but not too hard. You don't want to crack your fork, so you don't want it to be Amazon that thing on there, but it should be snug. And I like to rattle the bike back and forth now to make sure it doesn't fall. Here, that little guy will slide back and forth. You want it basically centered with the tire. Put the zip tie, what I call a zip tie, through, click it down, and it's nice because it'll take up to about 60 mil wheels, and those are 50s. Alright guys, so I mentioned earlier in the video that I would show you where I had picked up one of my bike racks. And this place, Herberger Subaru in Colorado, I am not affiliated with them at all. They just have very good prices on parts and accessories, and I've ordered from them before, and I've also used them to price match with my local dealer. So I don't know that they still are the best prices, but it's worth you checking them out and you know, take the price to your dealership if it's not as good, and get parts from these guys. So we're going to hit parts, and we're going to get Subaru parts and accessories, Crosstrek, and we're going to slide down to lifestyle. And one of the things I noticed is that they do not carry the fork-mounted Yakima specific bike racks anymore here at Herberger, I don't know how you say it. They do have the Thulies, but I did not see the Yakima. So the Thule is another fantastic brand. I don't have any experience with them, but they do have crossbars here, and I wanted to show you the price on that. So the crossbars here are $144.27, and I've had a couple questions over the past few months as to what crossbars I have, and mine are from 2011. So I don't know officially if they're supposed to fit the new 18 roof bars or not, but they seem to be fitting fine. They don't move, they don't slip. So use them at your own risk if you buy older ones, but I believe this might be a new crossbar. So anyway, if nothing else, use this price to help you get a better deal at your local dealer. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much, and have a great night.